The Adventures of Linear Equations and Inequalities. Once upon a time, in the faraway land of Orlando, Florida, there lived a linear equation. Legally, his name was 3x plus 2y equals 6, but everyone just called him Aiden. Aiden and his twin sister, 2x minus 5 over negative 3 is greater than 3, or Kohana, decided one beautiful summer day that they wanted to figure out exactly where their names came from. Since both of their parents were at work, they had to think out of the box to figure this one out. First, they decided to go into town to try to find one of their parents' friends, Sheila. Sheila has known Aiden and Kohana's parents since college. She was the perfect resource to have. Sheila knew that there was a special meaning behind Aiden and Kohana's birth names, but she could not recall exactly what it was. She advised the twins to go back home and find their baby boxes to see if there was any hidden information there. So that's what they did. In the attic, behind the piles of boxes, they found 3 unique-looking boxes. Kohana's box was pink, and Aiden's box was blue. But then there was another box that was purple. Kohana and Aiden decided to open up the pink and blue boxes first, and then deal with the purple box later. When they opened these boxes, they were shocked as to what they found. In Aiden's box, there was a notebook and some other random items. These random items included a number 1 foam finger, a ruler, and a packet of equal sweetener. Kohana discovered rice, string, sunglasses, a sheet of street sign stickers, and a binder in her box. Both of them were very confused as to what the significance of all these items could be. To try to clear the confusion, Kohana decided to open up the binder that was found in her box. To her surprise, she found that the binder was filled with mathematical symbols and numbers. She wondered how this could possibly have anything to do with her name. Still trying to figure out this growing mystery, Aiden decided to open the notebook. He saw similar notations but with different numbers. They both wondered what this could possibly mean. After a moment of staring at the papers, both Aiden and Kohana figured out what process the numbers were completing. Aiden noticed that the equation, which happened to be his name, was a linear equation. Kohana's inequality name was written and solved in her binder. Both of them realized that this was the math they had learned the previous year in Ms. Miller's algebra class. Aiden worked through the math that represented his name on his own. He couldn't believe that this is what his name has meant all along. Following the same fashion, Kohana used a slightly different method to solve the inequality that her name stands for. Both Aiden and Kohana were pleased that they figured out these equations, but they were still baffled as to what the other items stood for, so they both decided to delve deeper into the papers that were found in the boxes. Come to find out, each of these items was significant to Aiden and Kohana's parents at one point. They soon realized that each of these items represented a property of either a linear equation or inequality. Since Aiden's name is a linear equation, as he flipped through the notebook, he saw the meanings of the different items that were in the box. The foam number 1 finger represents that there is exactly one answer for the solution of a linear equation. Then he noticed that the ruler was placed in the box, because when a linear equation is graphed, the line is always solid. The packet of sweetener was included because the name of the sweetener is equal, which represents that the equal sign is always used when writing these equations. After seeing what Aiden's items represented, Kohana looked at her list of items and meanings in her binder. The rice and string were placed in the box to represent that the line on the graph of a linear equation will either be dotted like the rice or solid like the string. This all depends on the symbol that is used. Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, which was represented in her box as a sheet of street sign stickers. The final item was a pair of sunglasses that represents the shading that takes place when graphing inequalities. Both Kohana and Aiden were thrilled to finally figure out what their names were all about. They were additionally excited to see that there were items in the boxes that described different items about their names. Suddenly, both of them realized that there was still one more box. Both of them rushed over to see what the purple box contained. Simultaneously, Aiden and Kohana opened the box to find a poster and 3 more items. Aiden took out the 3 items, a book of laws, number and letter magnets, and graphing items. Kohana looked at the poster and saw that the graphic on it was a Venn diagram that describes the similarities and differences between Aiden and Kohana's legal names. In the center of the diagram, there was an area that described the ways that the two kinds of equations are the same. The reverse side of the poster explained what each of the items found in the purple box stands for. The number and letter magnets represent that both numbers and variables are used in the writing and solving of both kinds of equations. The Book of Laws shows that, like laws, both linear equations and inequalities are used to solve problems. Finally, the graph paper showed graphics that proved that both linear equations and inequalities can be graphed. After this exploration, Aiden and Kohana were excited to finally solve the mystery of what their names stand for and where they came from. Both of them also figured out a little about who they are through this journey. Kohana and Aiden also realized that they are similar in more ways than they thought possible. The end.